Well. Never a dull moment here. Never. I'll wait for everybody to get in here before we start talking. I got about 20 minutes tops to get my lunch in before I get out of here. I got about 20 minutes and then I got to go. What's up, Jim? What's up, Jimbo? How are you, man? What's going on? What's happening? West Virginia country boy, Asia Roberts. What's up? Just give me a second while people fill in. Daniel M. Which head coach is gonna come here? Hey, listen, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. My instinct is to go nuclear with some of the things that's trickling out. I don't know what to believe. If I'm being totally honest with you, I don't know what to believe. You know, you hear Broadus, who has inside sources, say one thing. You hear, it's all the front office. Then you hear other people say, well, he didn't want to give up play calling. You know, sounds like to me my original between Broadus and Slater and, who the hell knows. But it seems like they weren't offered him a very long-term deal. There's a lot that comes up being, listen, whether people like it or not, there's a lot that comes up being the head coach of the Cowboys. A lot of stuff that comes with being the head coach of the Cowboys. You got to deal with stuff you don't have to deal with in other organizations. It's not just about football. It's about marketing, the 24/7, 365. Winning, yeah. Yes, they want to win, but they want to do it their way, and they're not willing to move off of how they go about their market. It's just all a big machine, and if you're not used to it, this is what happens. So, make no mistake, I have no love lost for McCarthy. It's not that he's gone. It's the dysfunction that comes with the decision. Because this decision, it should have been, they've known for a month that they were out of the playoffs. They should have addressed this earlier, in my opinion. I'm allowed to have my opinion. They should have addressed this earlier because the negotiating window with the teams that got the bye week, meaning Ben Johnson and company, you have to wait till the end of the year now. That window is shut. So, do I think they're bringing in Ben Johnson? No, I don't. But that's not the point. The idea of an organization is to bring in and interview as many possible talented young people. You have your recycles. You have the coaches that have been. You have a body of work. This is what cracked me up at the whole negotiation, Jerry. You're fooling nobody. Your body of work, Jerry's body of work. I mean, Big Mike's body of work is you have 5 years to look at. Okay, I mean, again, they wanted him back. And I trusted certain people. They wanted him back. They thought he was going to take a deal. They tried to lowball with the years, and he went walking. Good for Mike. Am I upset? No, because I'm not a huge Mike McCarthy fan. I want to go younger. But now you're hearing, and I'll get to the chat, but now you're hearing, oh, well, Jason Witten. Jason Witten. Okay, I like Jason Witten. I like him, but Dan Campbell was an assistant coach for years before he got the head coach job. And it still took Dan a couple years to get his feet wet. So you're going to bring in Jason Witten from high school? Now I'm hearing, oh, well, we're going to match Matt Eberflus is going to run the defense, and Jason Witten is just going to be the head coach. We're going to bring in, it's just like, I don't know what to believe anymore. I said Kellen Moore a few weeks ago, and I don't think it's going to happen, but, they like what they know. Now, let's not forget, if Kellen left here, it wasn't on the best of terms. So if I'm Kellen, I don't want Kellen. I don't like Kellen. I don't want Kellen. He's a good coordinator, but he is not a leader of men when it comes to being a head coach. Definitely not. I'll take Dracula over Kellen Moore as a leader of men for a short period of time. Just got to make sure you get the blood infusions in them. Let me get to the chat here. Well, just start over. Clemente, James Slater saying there's interest in Steve Sarkisian. Yeah, I don't know about Steve Sarkisian. I like him. He wasn't good enough to get Texas over the hump. I don't know. Kellen is very familiar. I know, Drew. He's very familiar with Dallas. I don't think he wants to. Again, that's their fallback. Players would laugh at more. Loyal, who the hell knows? This is where I got a problem with Dak Prescott, Loyal Cowboy. I'm talking to you. Dak Prescott's yelling for Kellen from the highest mountain, all right? Where's Dak Prescott on a day like today? You think he's going to come out and stick up and open his mouth? No, he's going to be a company man. That's going to be a company man. We got to count on Micah to get pissy. We got to count on Micah, to get pissy. Because don't expect Dak to say anything but I want to kill him. That's it. And I'm not trying to be mean on Dak, but when's the last time Dak had any sort of statement to ruffle anybody's feathers in that organization? Everybody's way too comfortable. Dak Prescott would want Kellen Moore, Drew. That's what he would want. I like uncomfortable. Make somebody uncomfortable. Okay? The problem is when you coach the Cowboys, you got to, you want to coach the Cowboys, we run the player personnel. Well, how about Mike Zimmer? I mean, can you work with Mike Zimmer? Could you work with Mike Zimmer? No. Let the head coach pick who he wants. Stop doing, you could have the job, but I don't like it. Joe Brady, bam, Dave Thompson, that's a name. They better interview. And here's my problem. The local media is so scared of their own shadow, they won't say, Jerry, how about the elite assistant coaches of the league? That's what great companies do. How about Joe Brady? How about Ben Johnson? How about anybody? And why do I have a microphone in my hand? I don't know. Leo, is head coach of Dallas Cowboys a desirable job these days? Front office said they were a dumpster fire. Who would sign up for that? Leo, no, it's not a desirable job. Other than, of course, everybody wants to coach the Cowboys, Leo. But once you get close to the situation, you realize there's more that comes along with the job. Not everybody is up to coach the Cowboys, which is why I think Kellen would get swept up. Again, just go back and, Loyal, name the last 5 coaches other than Parcells, okay? Since Parcells, it's been nothing but shit. We can't even get the top candidates until the Super Bowl is over. Again, that's on the front office. That's where this is coming. Moon over Miami. Who's going to deal with this owner? It's a desirable job for a John Gruden, who I would be okay with. But he comes with his warts. Hasn't won a playoff game since 2007. Daryl Barrios, what's up? Daniel Barry, what's up, brother? So we'll see. Hire Jason Garrett. Jesus, shoot me now for the love of God. My God. Jason Garrett? Yeah, exactly, Loyal. You tell me amongst any of those names who has any balls, who is going to lay the hammer down and say, yo, that's why Parcells was successful. Parcells' problem was he didn't have it in him to coach anymore, and he regrets it. He's come out and said the biggest regret of his coaching career is retiring after that Seattle game, because Dallas went on to be the number one seed and to lose to the ultimate Super Bowl champion, New York Giants. They went to Cabo San Lucas instead of, and that's your own Jason Witten. Everybody, oh, Jason Witten's a leader. Well, you weren't leading shit when you were in Cabo with Tony Romo. Just my opinion. I like Jason Witten, but I don't want him as my head coach of the Cowboys right now. That's my opinion. Okay? That's my opinion. Brian, they had a poll Saturday asking 5 assistant coaches what is the best appealing job. All said, yeah, Oscar. That's what I'm saying. They want the Dallas job, but you don't realize, right? You don't realize how in their ways they are until you get up close and personal. It's like, holy shit. As soon as the game's over, I'm not even at the podium and Jerry's already talking. Holy shit. You know. What's the word on Zimmer coming back? Zimmer, run, Zim. Zim, run. Zimmer, everybody's saying Zimmer for a head coach. Zimmer was crying at the podium after this year and saying that he should have done it his way early in the season. That's on you, Zim, that he came back in honor of his son. No, thank you. Either you have this, if you don't have the stomach to be a coordinator, Drew, you don't have the stomach to run the Dallas Cowboys, because you get all this shit, whether it's desired or not. You get all this smoke when you. That's what comes with the job, the smoke. Some people can handle it, some people can't. Bill Parcells laughed at it. Why? Because that's the type of personality he is. You say what you want about Bill Belichick, he would laugh at it, and he would shut down those dumbass reporters when they Mike Fisher trying to ask them, scathing questions. He would just look at you and say, I'm here so I don't get fined. I'm here so I don't get fined. He'll pull a damn Skittles, running back out of Seattle. Witten wants to be home with his family. He said that. What's that mean? So he wants to coach the Cowboys, or he doesn't want to coach the Cowboys? I want a man amongst men. Exactly. I don't know who that is, Loyal, but it ain't Witten for me. It's not Witten. That seems like that's what's going to happen. So, get ready for Kellen Moore interview. Let's find out who the bogus minority coach, they got it, that's another thing with this organization. There's a lot of minority coaches who should be able to have that job. How many minority head coaches have the Cowboys had since their existence? That would be a 0. No minority coaches have been the head coach of the Cowboys. Right? What are you going to bring in, what's his name? The defensive coordinator again, and act like you were serious about offering them the job? Y'all should want Ben Johnson. Will Allen. They're not going to interview Ben Johnson. Why? Because his window is now closed until the end of the season. Ben can't take any more interviews till the end of the season. It's a Jerry show. You got it right, Moon over Miami. Sledhead, what's up, brother? Sorry about yesterday, man. Head coach needs to pick his own staff. Exactly, Dave. Not with Dallas. Well. Now, the only thing I would say with Witten, this is what they're trying to sell us, people. Jason Witten as a head coach. Okay. Maybe. Matt Eberflus as a D coordinator. I like it. Horrible head coach. D coordinator. Good. You would get, I always forget his name. The old right tackle back. The old right tackle, the back that, for the offensive line. You'll get him back. Okay? You'll be able to keep Bones Fossil. You may keep Mike Zimmer, or if Eberflus don't want it, you keep Mike Zimmer. And, that's what you get. Al Harris, here's the problem. I would give Al Harris the D coordinator job, but not head coach. Again, Aaron Glenn's not going to get a head coach this year because he hasn't been a coordinator long enough. Al Harris has not even been a coordinator yet. He's not the D coordinator. Jimmy did it. Yeah, and then somebody texted me saying Jimmy's gonna. It was Clemente. He said that Jimmy's gonna have his hand in it. They ain't listening to Jimmy Clemente. I wish they would, but they ain't gonna listen to Jimmy. Every player and coach still want to be a part of the Dallas Cowboys. The opportunities that comes with it. Just look at Garrett both on TV. How many Cowboys want to hire a different looking coach? Only how many? That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of guys I would have. You better interview Roberts, Saleh. You better interview all these. I mean, again, Hamid. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. What are you gonna interview Marvin Lewis for the third time? That's a slap in the face if I'm a minority coach. Sorry. That's a slap in the face. Now all of a sudden they mutually agreed to part ways. Wrong. That's not what happened. From what I'm gathering, McCarthy said, nah, I'm good. Nah. What kind of billion-dollar organization is not proactive in hiring the leader of their team, which is what the head coach is? You would want to be proactive, leading the way amongst all the NFL teams saying, follow us. We're going to get the job done. We're going to go to get the guy that we want. Instead, it always looks like they settle for a cheap alternative. Like instead of going out, and buying, a nice set of earrings, diamond earrings for your girl, you wait till the last minute and you go try and buy a knockoff cubic zirconia bullshit that turns your ear green. This is what happens. They got to get Dion. Again, all right, you want Dion? All right, so go get Dion. What has he won? William Allen. What has Dion ever won in college football? I don't know. I'm asking. Maybe? Okay. Go talk to Dion, I guess. He's going to want to coach his kid. That's not happening. Chris Dooley, what's up, game time? Time to actually go all in and go for Ben Johnson. Yeah, well, if you want Ben Johnson, there's a good chance Ben Johnson is going to be hired before the end of the playoff run because he can't take any more interviews. The window is closed. Thanks. Does the mail ever stop? No. What's good, game time and mailheads? What's up, David? Daniel M. This is horrible. I'm not happy. Daniel M. I could care less about McCarthy. It's the way it happened. They did not say, we're moving on right after the season. If they were moving on, they should have had a day. It should have been already decided weeks ago. And then the day after, they call it Black Monday for a reason. That should have been, all right, we're moving on. We'll let you know who it is. We're going to start the interview process, but we're moving on from McCarthy. You didn't do that. You tried to lowball the guy. That's a problem, in my opinion. Mark Colombo, bang. Witten would interest me as tight end coach. No. They want him to run the whole show. He's going to go right from high school championships to running the most prestigious, whether you like it or not, the most valuable franchise in all of sports. Dominic Denaro, Dougie P. He should get an interview. Lewis hasn't coached in 20 years. Loyal, I'm just saying. That was who they interviewed with the last fiasco of a minority coaching. Now they got to interview too. So who are you going to interview? Dig up Ray Rhodes and see if he's... I know he's dead, but interview him. Kamala Harris. I can't read that. They said defensive coordinator from Vikings. Okay, well, they'd have to wait. Being our luck, Jerry Jones will make Catboy the head coach. Dan, what's up, brother? Dan Biznak is the postal worker. Newman! Remember, playoff game should have got rid of him right after the game. Dave, I was on board with that. Tom Osborne to help Jerry, to help with the run game. You run a little. You run a little wishbone, Ron. All certified mail is registered, but all registered mail isn't necessarily certified. Rick Vega, what's up? Dennis Allen, no thank you. Rex Ryan's ruling. Now, I would no Clemente. I would no part of. Well, they're going to get an offensive coach. That's just my opinion. So, Mike McCarthy wanted some guarantees in his new contract. No, he wouldn't do anything, Michael Dana. And I don't blame Mike McCarthy for saying, hell nah, no, 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 hell to the nah. Are you putting in for a transfer to Hawaii? Dan, it's expensive to live in Hawaii. I love it. If they don't interview Joe Brady, Troy Daniels, then there's something wrong. Okay? Joe Brady should be on the interview list. Absolutely. I like Mike, but my team sucked. You know, maybe that Mike McCarthy's on the available. Maybe Pittsburgh will release, fire, what's his name? Mike Tomlin. I'll take Mike Tomlin. I know a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans hate him. I'll take him. Zimmer can go too. Dwayne Sweetney. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate Zim, but I think we need to go young, man. Let's go young. Let's go young. Let's roll the dice a little bit. Okay, let's go young. Let's go offensive mind. You know, let's go young. Let's do what they did with Jimmy Johnson. Problem is, Jason Witten isn't Jimmy Johnson. Deion Sanders isn't Jimmy Johnson. He hasn't won a national championship in college back-to-back, and you're coming to the NFL. That's my problem. Who was that guy? I don't know. Steve Sarkisian? He just lost in the... I mean, how good is Steve Sarkisian? I like him. I like Sark. Slater said it was length of term, not money. So, yeah. So they offered him 1 or 2 years. That's bullshit. Again, that's ridiculous. Either you're in or you're out. When you do things half-assed in this world, it doesn't turn out well. If you half-bake a cake, it's raw. It ain't good. You got to go at least 3 years. At least 3-4 year deal. He could ask for 5. You could offer 2. You settle at 3. Bam. 3 years guaranteed. Done. It would be nice to be good on at least one side of the football. Ron, exactly. I like Joe Brady, but he's still in the playoffs. Joe Brady. I will be interviewing Ben Johnson, Joe Brady, Sarkisian, whoever's interested in a job that I deem an offensive mind. I wouldn't interview Kellen Moore, yet you've already had him for years, okay? You regressed. It's not like the offense that Kellen Moore is running in Philly is lighting it up. They're not winning because of Kellen Moore. They're winning because of the defense and the run game. Not Kellen Moore. Jerry is not going to hire young. Then Daniel, then I want Bill Belichick. I want Mike Vrabel. Oh, wait. You waited so long that Mike Vrabel got hired. You waited so long that Mike Vrabel is off the board. Not that he would have came to you, but you could have interviewed him, sat down with him, picked his brain. That's all part of being a smart company. Okay, when you hire at a high-level position, you go out to all your competitors and say, and you find somebody young within that organization, and you interview. Why? You pick their brain. You find out little hidden gems and secrets. The problem with the Cowboys is sometimes they think like they invented the game. That's a problem. Jamie Flores, they're not going to do nothing like new head coach will be Kellen Moore. I would think that Kellen would say go scratch. But probably not. You're probably right. I said that a few weeks ago. I'm saying Kellen Moore. I'm saying dark horse John Gruden, which I would like better. And my reasoning for John Gruden is it's a well-known fact that Jerry Jones cannot stand Roger Goodell. And we all know what Gruden, over those emails, he said some racial statements that may be taken out of context. Maybe not. I'm not here to tell you how to feel. But Goodell has basically blackballed John Gruden. What better way to get back at Roger Goodell than to hire John Gruden for the most well-known coaching vacancy in all of football, all of sport? And that's the Dallas Cowboys. What's up, Toad French? I saw you in there. I saw you in that other live stream. Eberflus really didn't have much in Chicago. Troy, I like him as a D coordinator. You're not going to buy the Texas Longhorn coach contract out. I don't think so either. Sark, stay at Texas. The good head coach candidates are still in the playoffs. I agree. Without free agency, there is no hope to get better. I can't argue with you there. La Heartline. I don't like the Cowboys win shit for the next 20 years until Jerry kicks the can. Yeah, I don't want to say anything like that, but I hear you're not wrong. Vrabel was always going, I know, Dave, but that doesn't mean you can't bring him in for an interview. Our team, or my team, waits for everything. Sometimes you got to be proactive in this life, or you end up holding your you-know-what in the wind. Chris Wise, sup, Game Time. It's not going to matter what the coach is. We know Jerry will hamstring him. Basically, Jerry wants a coach to cook the meal without getting the groceries. Well, he does allow his coaches to have input regarding player personnel. Jimbo, try to get Tomlin out of pick. I ain't giving him no damn draft picks. Say, yo. You talk to Tomlin's agent on the down low and say, yo, I went out. Release me. Please release me. Let me go. Oh, sorry. I don't think it will matter what coach comes. Jerry was... Yeah, I hear you. Jimbo, we would have to give up a first to get it. Yeah, I'm not giving nothing up for nobody. Nothing. I'll be nervous if the guy's got Gruden. He's a monster coach. Jimbo, I love Gruden. Okay? Don't know really everything that happened, my man. I don't really know. So I'm not going to tell anybody how to feel about John. What I do know, Jimbo, is Warren Sapp says he don't believe any of that shit, and he'll run through a wall for Coach Gruden. Now, Warren Sapp is a little cray-cray, but if he's good enough for Warren Sapp, and the last time I saw Warren Sapp isn't a white man, he's good enough for me. Jerry's scapegoat. No, smart, successful person will want to be Jerry's scapegoat. Galaxy says, go Jags. I got to get out of here in a couple minutes, boys. We would love Tomlin. I always liked him. Chris Wise will say, oh, he has a 1-0. He's lost 6 straight playoff games. Well, he also has 20 straight winning seasons. And I think we're a better drafting team than them. But that's just me. Brian, what about Ryan Day? No, thank you. Ryan Day stinks. Sorry, Loyal. All right, I got to get out of here. Don't forget, tonight, I'm streaming the game. We get to find out who the Birds are going to face next Sunday at 4:25. Join me tonight, please. It's going to be a lively... I'll try and go on as early as I possibly can. Come hang on me tonight during the live stream of the Monday night game. Wild card round. We'll talk all Cowboys. We'll talk Birds. We'll talk whatever you want. Peace out.